West Ham, what a performance they put in to turn around the tie that they were losing 2-1 at one stage, wasn't it, on aggregate to Ghent, and then to come through and win that one and score 4. Absolutely fantastic performance.
Well, they've had a bit of a crazy week, haven't they? If you think they're coming from behind against Arsenal, 2-0 down, and they've come from behind against Ghent, and in the end really done a number. You know, they deserve to be there for how they've played this year in the Europa League. They have been superb. Europa Conference League.
Yeah.
It's been pretty sensational. They haven't got close to replicating that in the Premier League, but fair play to them, because Thursday nights, they're very good.
They're very good. And the way it's going, if they continue this run that they're on, which has been absolutely, they're unbeaten, aren't they? They've been absolutely fantastic in Europe. But they could win the Europa League, which I know we've talked about it before, but it kind of might balance out how bad their Premier League season, if they retain their Premier League status, that is. I'm sure fans would be absolutely delighted if they could win the Europa Conference League, which would then guarantee them more Thursday night football with the Europa League.
Yes.
Because that's what the winners will get, obviously. Talking of the Europa League, Cass, what about Manchester United? Did you expect them to fall apart as easily as they did against Sevilla?
Well, I did once the first goal went in, which was quite soon, because I can't get, and look, we see this a lot. We're going to talk about Arsenal during the course of the morning, and a goalkeeper making a decision that gives a ball to a player centre half and gets robbed, and the ball ends up in the back of your net. And I always think, at these times when the ball was played by De Gea to Maguire in a position where he's got 3 players, one each side, and obviously one coming in from behind. And yes, he asked for the ball. But why do teams attempt to play a ball that if they lose, it's a 1-on-1 against your goalkeeper? If you lose it in midfield, you've got protection behind. You lose it there, you're basically giving away a 1-on-1. And I don't get that idea. I just think it's a very high risk for the consequence of conceding a really bad goal, which it was. But De Gea had a night that was Karius and everything, as bad as Karius was for Liverpool in the Champions League final. That was David De Gea's night last night. Last night in the Europa League game. And it just fell apart. So, asking Wan-Bissaka to do certain jobs, which is to be, obviously, play sometimes higher up and in that John Stones role, and he's a very good 1-on-1 defender, robbing the ball. He's not a defender that you should want to be on the ball trying to be creative like Trent or others, Zinchenko. He's not that. And being asked to do that's a mistake.
Well, it turned out to be very costly in the end, didn't it, for Manchester United, who were hammered 3-0 on the night against Sevilla. That means they went through after a 5-2 aggregate win. I guess we should have backed Sevilla, shouldn't we, when you consider their record in the Europa League? They're the record holders in terms of winning it 6 times, never lost a quarter-final. But, I did think Man United might have gone to Spain and upset it a little bit.
Well, the atmosphere was unbelievable.
Yes.
Okay?
Yeah, that's true.
But you expect Man United players to handle that.
I did.
That's
I did.
the job of being a Man United player.